So here we have it, day 2. This will be really testing out wind muffle on this DJI Mic 2 because it is windy, and full of the confidence that I got from yesterday's expedition up onto the Glen Shee ski resort to get my mountain hare there in the snow, the shot I've been waiting for. I've come back to the Findhorn Valley. There is snow on the mountain, not a lot of it, but there is snow there. So I'm really optimistic that I might get some fantastic shots. We're in the motorhome, we're staying in the valley tonight. Bit of a rough call or a tough call. It's forecast more snow. And looking ahead, I think we might be in for a bit of the white stuff. But we've got heating, we've got water, we've got food. So if we need to rough it out for a couple of days till it thaws out and we can escape the valley, so be it. So I'm going to make my way up the flank of the mountain, and then I'm going to start to move my way across and hopefully find those mountain hare. Got my binoculars with me, got my Nikon Z9 and Z400 2.8, and more than anything, I've got confidence that yesterday brought to me. So come along for the journey and see what I see. So what's really important before you start barreling off up the hillside is you need to get your bearings and you need to think about your approach. So as I get to the foot of the mountain, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get my binoculars out, I'm going to scan the hillside, and I'm going to look for any mountain hares. Now at the moment there's probably about 12 photographers on the hillside, and most of them are crouched down photographing. So there's definitely a mountain hare in that location. But I'm going to keep my eyes peeled onto the flank of this mountain, just because I know that they quite like that, and most importantly, the wind and the weather is coming across from my left. So the right hand side of the mountain, although it's in shadow, is probably the area that the mountain hare are going to be sheltered in. So I'm going to pick my way up after I've had a good look through the binoculars and hopefully take us to some mountain hare. And of course at this point in time it's actually raining instead of the snow that was forecast. But when I look up the valley, I would say that's falling as snow. Probably a good thing that it's not snowing down at motorhome level. So, on the side of a mountain, in the middle of the Cairngorms, photographing a mountain hare. And who do I bump into? Ashley. It was only a matter of time before we bumped into on each other, wasn't it?
It was, and I think you couldn't get any more remote and desolate and cold than this.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
You know, I mean, it could have been a nature reserve, it could have been the pub. Here we are. On the side of a mountain, freezing to death, photographing a mountain hare.
And we've just been saying that we probably should photograph from different angles, or people will be thinking we're sharing each other's footage.
Or we're down at the local zoo.
Oh, so if you don't follow Ashley, make sure you check out his YouTube channel. It's Wildlife Photography UK.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. So check out his YouTube channel. Fantastic photographer, some great footage, and really does get around across the UK in lots of different locations. Definitely worth a look.
Cheers, guys.
That was really nice to bump into Ashley. Lovely guy. We've just been sat chewing the fat really for probably a good half an hour. Only 10-15 minutes from a mountain hare. Now that mountain hare is a named mountain hare, and it's called Bo. And it's named because there's a lady called Karen who is a guide, and comes to this location and knows the hares, not all of them, but knows a number of them by name. And that one is a really tolerant of humans hare, is probably the best way to describe it. So you can get really quite close to it, and it's really comfortable. It's sat just happily chewing away as me and Ashley were just sat talking below it. So really good. Now it's beginning to snow now, but it's kind of a mixture of sleet and snow, and the sunlight now has dipped behind the mountain ridge in front of me. So because I've not got that golden light now, and I've got a flat light now really, and the sleet is starting to come round, I'm going to move round to my kind of preferred side of the mountain, and I get a lot of hares in the location that I'm going to, so I'm going to move around there and see what I can see. I'm just walking back down the hillside then, and I could hear Dan. I thought, who's that? And I turned around, there's a little boy shouting Dan, and I thought, do I know you? Anyway, I stopped and had a chat to him, and he watches the channel, and he was a lovely young man. Ashley Buxton he's called, and I suspect a YouTuber of the future. He'd got a camera with him, and his mum and dad were just saying that he leopard crawled all the way up to a mountain hare and has got some fantastic photographs, and he's only knee height to a grasshopper. So, and already an established photographer and a fantastic naturalist. He knows loads about nature. His dad was saying he knows far more than he knows. So what a fantastic young man he was. Really polite, really confident in being able to come up and have a conversation with me, and knows absolutely loads about wildlife. And I've no doubt he will be a YouTube star of the future. So if you're watching this video, Ashley, not Ashley, oh no, what's he called, Ashley? Oh no, I've got a feeling I've got his name wrong. His surname's definitely Buxton. Oh, I hope I haven't got his name wrong. I may have got him confused though, because I've obviously just bumped into Ashley, who's another YouTuber. I'm terrible with names. As a school teacher, you'd think I'd know all names and I'd never forget them. But I'm terrible. What I tend to do when I meet people out is I write the names down on my phone so that I don't forget, so that when I'm doing shout outs to camera, I don't forget. But I've left my mobile phone in the motorhome. Well, you can probably see behind me now that the snow is well and truly coming down on the mountainside, and it's forecast to dump an absolute bucket full. So I'm slightly nervous that we're staying overnight in the motorhome. I'm just quietly optimistic that we've got enough food and water and heating to last it out. I'm going to move just round the edge here now, see if I can't get any more photographs of hare, and then I'm going to go back. It's 3:20, so we've lost the best of the light. Go back and get one, because to be honest with you, I'm freezing. So that young man I was talking about, I've just remembered, he's called Alfie Buxton. Lovely to meet you, Alfie. Apologies I got your name wrong the first time. I'm 98% certain I got it this time. Yeah, Alfie Buxton, a definite YouTube star of the future, and possibly a young man to look out for in terms of wildlife photographer of the year. Because, you know, a budding photographer at a very young age, absolutely fantastic to see. And also what's great to see is that his mum and dad are encouraging it, you know, taking him out to places such as the Findhorn Valley and exposing him to opportunities to photograph wildlife. And I just think it's so important for young people to get involved in wildlife, because they're the future and they're the people that are going to look after it for tomorrow. So I've spied the mountain goats. Now, the mountain goats are in this valley, and bizarrely they have young in February, so there's a good chance that they'll have kids with them. So I'm just going to move my way across now and see if I can't get some photographs of the mountain goats. So we've got the herd of mountain goats just in front of me. Not as many juveniles, not as many kids as there were this time last year. This time last year there was several youngsters. Got some fluff in my tongue. There were several youngsters. I can only see the one. So I don't know whether that's been just a bad year for them. I would expect to see more. This, I think, is the full herd, flock. I don't know what you call it, what the collective noun for goats are, but yeah, I can only see one juvenile, which is a shame because they were fantastic last year. I got them. Oh no, there's another one, a really little one. Oh yes, that is a really little one. Oh wow, a real beauty. Oh, that's what I was after. That is what I was after. Let's hope that it keeps coming this way, because that is beautiful. I would say that's probably only a matter of weeks old. And what's bizarre is this one rogue sheep mixed up amongst them. It's like he got in the wrong herd, the wrong flock. Oh, look at that one there. Beautiful, beautiful. There's mum, and it's only a tiny baby, that one. Now I'd say the big billy goat is the one that's going to come closest to me, and he's reasonably close. Oh, the baby's shaking in the snow. Just sheltering behind mum. Really, really tiny. And I find it really interesting that they would have young at a time when it's probably really, really challenging for them. You know, the temperatures are plummeting well below 0 degrees. And obviously we've got snow and frost and all manner of weathers that could affect them. And yet this is the time that they have their young. And that one at the back must only be weeks old. So we're back in the motorhome now, and we're just contemplating our choices. It is a blizzard at the minute. It's absolutely coming down, but it's not sticking. It's very wet outside, so I think, although there is a heck of a lot of snow in the air right now, I just think it's more sleety than it is heavy snow. It probably isn't up on the mountain, and we can't currently see the mountain at all. It's completely gone in cloud, and so we're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a try. I've just been out just then to put my GoPro out to set up a little time lapse of the light fading, and I was absolutely battered by the weather. The grumpy teenager that we brought with us, I'll turn the camera around in a minute, he's mortified that I've brought her to a location that's got no phone reception, no 4G. It means she's actually got to like talk to us. Or revise, because she has got her exams coming up. I'm sure she's having a wonderful time. Are you, Bear? That was a which means no, not really. So hopefully the plan is up nice and early in the morning, straight up onto the slopes of that mountain, and I'm going to get some fantastic shots of the hare in the snow with a beautiful golden light in the morning. The reality will probably be very different to that, but stay tuned and see what tomorrow brings.